Do you feel like your house is too small to host, or the furniture's ugly, it doesn't match, or maybe the floors need fixed, or you need new paint on your cabinets? Whatever the case, do you like to host, or you long to host, but those things kind of trip you up from doing it? I'm here to tell you I had those same thoughts. I used to live in a duplex with my family of five, sometimes six. Sometimes we had six people staying with us. A lot of times we did, actually. And we only had a two-bedroom, 800 square foot duplex. So it was cramped. And it wasn't a pretty duplex. It was very old. And I just felt like no matter how much I cleaned it, it always just felt dirty because it was just old looking. But I did the best I could and I decorated it the best I could. Um, you can't change anything. We didn't have a lot of money. Our furniture didn't match, and it was older furniture. I remember I had this chair that my dad's friend gave us, and we called it the booger chair because it was green. And okay, this is disgusting. Yeah, I shouldn't share this, but it was green, and my dad's friend who yeah, he was special needs. um he would pick his nose and then he'd wipe it like underneath the arm rest. Yeah, so don't worry, I cleaned that thing. I cleaned and cleaned it. So but we still call it the booger chair. We no longer have it, but as soon as we got this house I was like, goodbye booger chair. um all that being said, it was green, and everything that I like to buy was like yellow and blue at the time. It was green. So, I had those thoughts. And my husband was a realtor. He still is, but back then he was a realtor and he was having success, and yet we lived in this duplex. It didn't make sense. Um, One time a lady came over and she dropped her daughter off to hang out with my daughter. And she said, wow, when I put in the address at the GPS, I didn't know I was surprised that I was going to a duplex. And she was, I was just expecting this really nice house, since Chris is a realtor. I was kind of like shocked, like, wow. But I didn't judge her because that's probably what I would have thought. If I knew somebody was a realtor and they hooked people up all the time with houses and it seems like they're having success, I wouldn't be expecting to pull up to a duplex. So I didn't blame her, but also I was like, why are you thinking out loud? Why didn't you just keep that inside? But I just started thinking, dang, I 8 years in this duplex and I really just I want a house. I want a house to call home, not a duplex to call home. So God started working on me and changing my mindset about living in a duplex and having people over. And one of the times was me and a friend were helping another friend who was getting a divorce move out of her home, and I've never been to her home before. We walked in and we didn't talk about it till later after we left. We walked in and we felt we felt like sadness in the house, darkness, sadness, depression. It just that, how you walk in somewhere and you just feel that feeling. It's either good or bad, and it was just bad, and it was really sad because they were getting a divorce, they had two little kids, and the family was splitting up. I left her house, which was big and beautiful and everything that I had been asking for and praying for, longing for, and I went to my duplex, and I remember where I was sitting, and God just started speaking to me. And he was saying, look around. You live in a duplex, but it is filled with love. You have love. And me and my husband almost didn't make it. And God had restored our relationship. And so I had a husband, and we had a healthy relationship, stronger than ever, and our kids were happy and healthy, and our family had love and joy in that duplex. And I thought, if I lost this duplex and all I had was my family, I'm rich. I'm rich. Then I was thinking of the rich people who have big, beautiful homes that I long for, but yet their family could be falling apart, or they could be lonely. So I, at the time, had what the rich people pray for. Some of the rich people were praying for what I had, and that's priceless. That is priceless when your family is happy and healthy. So I just started changing my mindset and being thankful for where I was, and I just continued to invite people over because I was really struggling. It would stop me from inviting people over because I'd wonder what they thought about us living in that duplex. And I just had to put those thoughts aside. And I heard this saying, and maybe you've heard of it before, the Dr. Seuss saying, "Those who care don't matter, and those who matter don't care." I'll break it down for you. If someone comes into your house and they care about what kind of dishes you use or what kind of TV you have or furniture matching, they don't matter. They don't matter. Those aren't the people you want to be friends with anyways. They should be coming to see you, not your house. I mean, I like seeing people's homes, but and their personalities and what they like, and the things that they have. I think it's very fun and interesting, and how they live and the different foods that they make, and it's awesome. I go for those people. I don't go for their house. And so the people who don't care, those are the ones who matter. People come to see you. You know you are the home. You're the home, not your home. Let me clarify. So a few weeks ago, I had someone over, and they don't have a house yet. Her and her husband don't have a house. And she said, yeah, when we have a house, we want to build it where it's welcoming. When people walk in, I want it to feel welcoming. And I said, it's not the house that's welcoming. It's you. You're the welcoming person. You can go into a welcoming house with a welcome mat, but yet you can still walk in and not feel welcome. It's the person. It's the person. I have been around homeless people who have been welcoming, who I'd rather hang around than someone with a fancy house who's not welcoming, you know? So I want to tell a story. So invite anyway. Invite them anyways. If they don't ever come over again and don't want to be your friend because you don't have matching furniture, they don't matter. You don't want to be friends with them anyways. They're showing you, do not be my friend. There's other people who aren't going to care. So I want to tell you a story about how my mindset was around people who had fancy things. And when I grew up, my mom loved to host. So I think I got the hosting thing from my mom. I love having people over. I love cooking for them. But there was something in my childhood where my mindset was, if we have fancy things, then that's showing off. Then that's making people feel a certain way. So I felt if I had fancy things when I had guests over, that would make them feel a certain way, like I'm showing off. And and what if they don't have that kind of stuff? Then it's going to make them feel small. That's such a messed up mindset. And when I say fancy, it doesn't have to be something that is unrealistic in your budget. You can find things off Marketplace. You can find pretty things at Walmart, at Target. Like, It's inexpensive things. I mean, look what I did for Valentine's Day. This is paper. I got it off Amazon and I got a bunch too. And so I never knew what a charger was. Do you guys know what a charger is? It's it's this. It's the thing that goes underneath your plate and it really has no purpose but then to look pretty. And I didn't know about tablescaping and table decor and chargers until I started hanging out with friends who are fancy and do this kind of stuff. And I love it. I really enjoy it. And so I've done this. I'm about to have a birthday party for my friend today, and I'm so excited. And this was very inexpensive. This was from Amazon. You get a big old pack for like $4. And you just throw it away so you don't have to clean it. But anyways, I love tablescaping now. And if someone comes over and feels a certain way that I've got pretty things and they don't, that's on them. That's not on me. So I want to tell you how I felt and what changed my mindset. It's when I went to a friend of mine. I had just met her, Debbie Perkins. She said she watches my videos. So hi, Debbie. I think she knows this story. I'm not sure. But her and her husband invited my family over, my husband and my 3 kids. And when we walked in, we felt so like she had been expecting us all day long. And when I looked at her table, it was so beautiful. And she had pretty cups, pretty chargers, pretty plates. And I remember what she made that day too. And I just felt like I was royalty. Like she just couldn't wait to serve us. And she brought out her fanciest stuff for us. And it made me feel good. And I thought, I want to do that for my guests. I want to do that for my guests. So that very same week, it was probably the next day, I was so excited. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I got a cart and I put chargers in there. I put cloth napkins. I put the little napkin rings in my basket and placemats and I started looking at it all and I thought, this is money that I don't have to spend. This is not a need. This is a want. And it's not really money I should be spending. You know what? I'm just going to put it all back. I mean, yes, I really long for this, but really, I don't need it. So I put it back. Okay, maybe one day I'll be able to do something like that and not feel guilty. Okay, can I tell you, we were at the dinner table that week. I don't know, I think it was just a couple days later. And we were at the dinner table, me and my family. And my husband, we had a pool at the time, above ground pool, and he was my pool boy. I know nothing about cleaning pools or maintenance of it. He did it all. And our pool was turning green, and he ordered something off Amazon to clean our pool and save it. Save all the water so the kids can go back in and swim. I don't know if it was like a machine or I don't know what it was, but he was excited when he saw UPS come and they dropped off a package. And it was in a big box. Guess what was in there? Placemats. They accidentally sent us placemats instead of a pool item. What are the chances of that? Tell me. And these are no longer my style. But they were back then. And but I will never get rid of these. These are so special to me, even though I'll probably never use them anymore. They were a conversation piece. I just proudly would display them on my table, and they were a conversation piece, and I got to tell how God cares about little details. He cares about the desires of our heart. And it was his will. It's his will for communion, for people to get together and enjoy each other and eat and feast together. And he knew my heart around that. And he saw me. He saw me at Hobby Lobby put those things back. Have you ever felt bad when your kid wanted something and you're like, "No, you got to put that back." And you see their little puppy dog face and you just like, "Man, I really wish I had the money to get them that because I would just love to give that to them." I feel like that was God that day. Oh, I'll give her some placements. So how amazing is that? How amazing. I have scripture, Psalms 37:4. Delight yourself in the Lord, and he will give you the desires of your heart. He cares. He cared. And I have since then slowly accumulated things. If you want prettier things, prettier furniture, utilize Marketplace. I have such great luck, or should I call it favor, on Marketplace. I just had a friend today say, "How do you find such cute things at a great price on Marketplace?" I'll go around Marketplace. They'll say, "Oh, I love this. Where'd you get it?" Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace. And I told her my secret is I pray about things. I wanted a little grandma looking chair for my front room this week before I had my party. I'm like, "Lord, I really am longing for a chair in this area." And I found one for $25. And it's beautiful. I love it. I was a little weary on bringing it in the house and my husband saying it looks like it belongs in a nursing home. But I think he's just going along with it by now and knowing that my style is not changing. I love grandma style. Um, so I just want to encourage you to invite. You feel like your house is too small, grab some more chairs, grab fold-up chairs, grab outdoor chairs, bring them inside. Who cares? And whoever does care doesn't matter. Invite them anyways. Do it anyways. Thank you guys. I'll see you next week.